I mean, you can probably hear me now, but that's my darn Mac microphone. Why won't it let me use my Blue Yeti? All right, can you hear me now? What is going on? What in the world? Why is it doing this? Now, okay, but can you hear me now? What is happening? First of all, okay, what? The Lord does not want us to stream today. Okay, you can hear me because I switched to my. What is going on? Okay, why is it doing this? Are y'all seeing what's happening? I just want to be here to talk about the Bad Batch, and it keeps. Is it doing that for you guys? Because on my screen, it keeps zooming in my picture, unwarranted, and I don't know. None of us needs to see that. Yes, I see it. Like, why is it doing that? Why? Maybe if I'll switch to. I don't want to dwell on this too long because I want to get to the. Why? Literally, why? Oh my sweet lord. All right. It might just have to happen. Sweet lord. No. Why does it keep doing this? I pray this isn't a new feature. Oh my good god. Goodness, just let it happen. What the? I know, right? You and me both, Matthew. You and me both. Okay, I don't know what is worse, but I think we're just gonna have to deal with this. I'm not sure why it keeps wanting to do this. Ew, I hate this. Why? It's almost like it's something with my webcam, like every time I move. What the frick? I'm actually like legitimately upset right now. This should not be happening. I'm sorry. The machines are taking over. Yeah, the AI I'm just gonna stay as still as possible. Okay, right? It's not just me. It's like annoying. I'm like, I hate that. Nobody needs to see my face. That zoomed in. Maybe it's tracking your movement. I know, but like it's never done that before. I literally just have a Mac webcam, which I did not think was capable of doing that. Daddy Josh, good to see you. It hasn't done it now that I'm staying still. Anyway, let's just get to what we're going to talk about tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining. Sorry that I scheduled this so last minute. I had something come up in the afternoon. We were going to maybe stream with Tom because we watched the episodes late last night. That's what we're here to talk about. Those absolute bangers of an episode. But it was very late because I had a meeting that went till like 7-ish last night, and then we had to make dinner. And so by the time we finished watching them, like Tom was going to bed. But as he went to bed, I told him, I was like, oh, I have to stream. I have to talk about this. And I was going to go live yesterday evening, as you guys know. But then he was like, oh, well, maybe we could go live tomorrow and I'll join you. So sorry to like catfish you all and leave you under the assumption that Tom was maybe going to join us. I thought he was. He got held up at work. He might join us at some point when he gets home. But for now, let's just jump right freaking into this. I am on cloud nine simply because y'all, that Star Wars content we just got, like, chime in. Let's talk about it. I don't know about you guys, and we're gonna go live again. I know I'm cutting this close because at 6 o'clock Pacific time we'll be going live on Evil Ewok, where Zach, Alex, and I will, I'm sure, talk more about it. But my initial reaction following those episodes was that some of the best Star Wars we've gotten. I mean, like, even comparable to Andor, like, and maybe that's just I have rose-colored glasses on right now, and maybe I won't feel that way like in a few days, but it's still fresh. It's still like, oh my god, this is exactly what I wanted from this show. I could not have asked for a combination of two better episodes. I mean, that was literally, this is the exact direction I have wanted the Bad Batch to go. Yeah, like, I should actually probably have the spoilers thing, but y'all know what we're here to talk about. It's in the title. So if anyone is here who hasn't watched those episodes, apologies. I don't know if I'll go into spoilers necessarily, but there was a major things happening. So let's hear what everybody has to say. Yes, Sinister Mall, those last two episodes, absolutely amazing. Dave Filoni is the man. I agree. just finished both episodes. Oh, perfect. So it's fresh for Jerry. Why? I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to ignore it. Mandalorian Legion. The next 8 episodes will be uncharted territory because we have used all the scenes shown from the trailers. Really good observation. And honestly, I think the next 8 episodes, the latter half of the season, is about to ramp up. Now that, well, actually, maybe that has yet to be seen because the whole point I loved these episodes and they're steering more in the direction of what I want the show to go, which is the Bad Batch helping to retaliate and fight back and working with the clones and whatnot to do something. Like, I see obviously why, like they've been under the radar because they're presumed dead and they want to keep it that way for their own safety. But I was on the same track as Echo. I'm like, let's get involved. Let's do something, guys. Come on. This is such a pivotal, amazing time period here. We just cracked it open with the whole new, the Stormtrooper recruitment program now that is about to ensue. Like, this is amazing stuff. This is literally amazing stuff. However, the fact that Echo has now separated from the group and he's the one who has been the main motivator, the main one chirping in Hunter's ears to be like, listen, can we please actually do something worthy, something that serves the larger galaxy? So now that he's broken off from the group to go and do that, to go and serve that purpose because he wants to be doing more, that does leave me a little bit questioning, like, oh gosh, are they going to completely just deviate from this now because the Bad Batch doesn't want to get involved and the one person who did is now parting ways with them? I don't know. All right, let's keep reading. I want to read and see what everybody else has to say. Oh my gosh, Serena, I'm sorry. I totally just probably spoiled things, but just popped in to say hi. Okay, I hope you didn't hear the last segment that I just spoiled. Hopefully not. I know, right? They were great. When they can bring good Star Wars episodes, they can really bring it. Sean, you are so right. I felt like I was watching a completely different show. And immediately after, Tom and I looked at each other, and Tom was like, those are by far the easiest, by far, easily the best episodes of the season. And I said, I think these episodes are up there on the same caliber, if not better than some Clone Wars episodes. Amazing. Andor level Star Wars, right? Right? These episodes proved you can have the animation, you can have the vein of Clone Wars or Rebels or whatnot that's geared towards children. Although I think that's kind of a generalization. I don't think they make these shows explicitly for kids. And these past 2 episodes showed that even if that is the MO, the kind of the goal to have a kids show, you can still explore heavy duty stuff during this time period with the Empire, and it's like the best Star Wars. Thank you so much, Skywalker. I appreciate it. You are so kind. So good to see you, and thank you so much for being here. Kat has been on fire with these streams. I'm trying. Best animated Star Wars since the final season of the Clone Wars. I agree. I'm curious what you guys have to say, because I was sitting there basking in the ambience. I can't even talk. I'm so just stimulated. I was basking in the ambience of after we finished the episodes last night, and I was wondering, do I like these even more than the premiere episode of season 1, which I think was that was freaking stellar as well. Order 66 from at that time Caleb Doom's perspective, and then the ensuing kind of chaos, the kind of fresh off of Order 66 Empire that we see. But I think I would venture to say I liked these episodes more because we've seen iterations of Order 66, but seeing how, I'm just gonna say spoilers, 3, 2, 1, seeing how Palpatine now employs and totally manipulates the situation to implement a Stormtrooper recruitment program. That is something we haven't seen. I'm gonna do some lightning round here with the chat here. Cat is fire. Any lady that's a Star Wars fan is a keeper in any galaxy. Skywalker, thank you so much. It's all fun and games until plans go out the door when Lord Sidious happens. Oh my god, I know, right? They touted them as mid-season episodes. For real, these were finale level. Loved it. How are you doing today, Catherine? I am so good, Kevin. Good to see you. I love Star Wars, and you too, Catherine. And you are the best. Oh my god, you're making my day. Thank you. Callista, oh my god, it's so good to see you. I cried at the very end of episode 8. I am emotionally damaged. Right? That really snuck up on us. We were so just like, oh my god, these episodes are amazing. And then, oh, by the way, Echo's leaving the group. I'm like, hang on. I couldn't. I'm still not. I haven't even processed that. I haven't really fully even processed anything. But the fact that they had the audacity to tack that on there at the end, after they had just given us some of the best Star Wars we've gotten in recent history, that is a daring decision on their part. Whew. These 2 episodes and the episode with Crosshair and Cody are fire. Yes. Now I'm actually really curious to see. Rex is kind of the external party here that clones stuck on the inside are communicating with to be extricated. So I wonder if Cody linked up with Rex at all, and he's clearly helping them get off grid and disappear. So I'd be curious. Yes, simply go before I continue to spoil anything else. You sent this 5 minutes ago, though, so hopefully you're not here still. All right, I am so behind on the chat, so I'm gonna do a lightning round. Also, apologies, my computer is obviously as overstimulated as I am because the computer fan sounds like a rocket is about to go off. So apologies if you can hear that. I'm just like, ah! Oh, Charlie, sweet Lord, you're right. Oh my god, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh my god, Callista, I hope you are right. Dave, what's up? Who knows what Crosshair's doing now? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I originally thought that the assassin who was working with Rampart was Crosshair, and I was about to be really upset. Like if he had gotten like a new mask or something, because his helmet is different from his usual run, right? Now we know why the clones are on their own. I know! Dave Filoni for president. I second this. Clone Rebellion is inevitable. Crosshair episode was really good also. I cannot talk, but I agree. We should be doing more, Hunter. I know, right? Which is my only trepidation going forward. I'm like, ugh, the person who wanted to actively be doing more has now left. So now Hunter doesn't have anybody sitting on his shoulder saying, hey, let's get more involved in the cause. The larger picture, the galaxy is at stake. Hunter doesn't seem to have any of those own motivations manifested by himself, and it doesn't seem like Wrecker or Tech seem to have any necessarily developed POV on it just yet. So honestly, I feel like Omega is gonna be the one to be like, quit worrying about my safety. Let's just do it. Dave Filoni nailed it. All right, I'm really sorry. I'm so behind. I actually teared up when Omega was saying goodbye to Echo. I know it gave me Obi-Wan and Leia vibes. The show is doing great, fleshing out what happened to these guys. I know. I think from here on out, these episodes were game-changing. Like, honestly, these caliber of episodes is on par with, like, Rebels, Clone Wars, like, when things started to heat up. So I'm hoping that this is, like, not just a fluke and that this is a turning point for the show. Ooh. Trollish, you're so right. He was like 12. And it was still Freddie Prinze Jr.'s voice. It's like puberty came early for Caleb there. Someone pointed out that the clone assassin job could have easily been executed by Crosshair, which makes you wonder what he's up to. Yeah, that also would have been... It leads me to believe that maybe they do not have him going fully over the edge in store, because they really made a point to show that, like, in their mission in episode 3, Cody is like devastated. He is like racked with guilt over what they have just done, to the point that he freaking goes AWOL 2 minutes later. Like, he bails. That's how kind of emotionally challenged he was after that situation. And they made a clear point to show the contrast, where Crosshair, if he does feel anything, he's concealing it, but he did not seem anywhere near as moved or upset by his actions when they were leaving that mission after he literally had just assassinated the former governor. So that episode would originally leave me to believe, like, oh my god, are they just sending him full blown down, like beyond the point of no return, just full blown Empire believer? Which is why my instinct was like, oh my god, this assassin is gonna be Crosshair. So now that the fact that it isn't now leads me to believe, like, maybe that isn't in the cards for him. Like, if he had been the assassin, that would have been a huge move. I feel like really solidifying his place as like a puppet for the Empire, like really doing the dirty work here to eliminate other clones even. So the fact that they did not make that creative decision leads me to believe there's some intention to not having it be Crosshair, because he is just as capable, if not even more. He could have done a way better job, let's be real, than the shooting that other clone did. So, ooh, Dave, good prediction. I predict we'll see Wolf and Gregor before the season is over. I predict Cody will die. No! Crosshair redemption arc 100%. That's what I'm starting to buy into. The fact that he wasn't the assassin, the sniper in these past episodes leads me to believe maybe that's more likely to happen. Yes, the emotional rug was pulled out from under us. Micah, what's up? Stanley's glad to see you here. I think it's possible, oh sweet lord, that Cody didn't go AWOL. Maybe Rampart punished him for questioning orders and had his chip enhanced. Like that clone assassin. Sweet Lord Andrew, you're onto something. Oh my god, wait. Yes, because Slip, is that the one clone whose friend was murdered at the beginning of episode 7 and then he was trying to link up with Rex to get himself out? He was explaining to the senator that any clones who do speak up or act out in any way, shape, or form or challenged authority like either go missing or are eliminated. And everyone was so equally shocked when they pulled back the helmet and revealed that it was a clone under there. They were like, there's no way, like, this can't be possible. Oh my god, Andrew, you're onto something. Maybe are they lying and saying, oh yeah, clones are going AWOL, and then reprogramming them, removing their identification numbers and sending them out? Oh my god, what a horrific thought. Oh my gosh. I know, right? Don't remind me. I thought we had our fair share of watching the clones die in the Clone Wars finale. I don't know if I can go through that again. That took an emotional toll on me, y'all. I'm really interested in seeing how they integrate the stormtroopers and if they're going to phase them in, like, alongside the clones. That would be really curious to see how they, like, interact. Alright, I'm so behind. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. We're gonna do lightning round. Makes me wonder if Crosshair will flip back to the good guys now that Sidious has pretty much stated the clones were a means to an end. I can only hope. But honestly, I have a scary thought that I don't know if I can even share, but I really feel like it's not looking good for, like, any of the clones. Let's just say I don't think they're going to even fully let them retire, because how could they all I'm going to say is this. How can the Empire willingly let clones release them into the wild? It sounds like orcas that have been kept in captivity that are now being released back. How can they willingly release the clones back into society as individuals, as free, citizens or whatever, knowing that, as we have seen, the effects of Order 66 and the inhibitor chip are clearly wearing off, because as they demonstrated with Cody, he seemed to express severe maybe not severe, but at least a glimmer of remorse and guilt at the reminder that they had slaughtered all of the Jedi. I think I totally buy into it that they actually all feel guilt now, sweet lord, and that the clones are coming to terms with what they did and are realizing like that it was wrong. And I don't think, oh my gosh, I don't think the Empire will so easily let them go, having that as a liability, that they're releasing all these veterans now, all of whom regret, or maybe not all of whom, but many of whom are maybe starting to regret their betrayal of the Jedi. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. They might not let them go so easily. Sorry. So sorry. I like that. Oh, sweet lord. Honestly, Sean, you're right. It's so crazy how I went from feeling like, I hate him. And then in the flip of a switch, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm terrified for him now. I feel bad for him because you realize he's like a pawn. He has so much power until it's taken from him. And then you realize like, oh my God, he's just a cog in the machine for the Empire to get what they want. And they literally don't even give a dang. They don't give a dang about him or other superiors in their ranks. So it does beg the question. Tom has a theory that someone might break him out, maybe. So I don't know if we've seen the last of him. Could this? I don't know if I guess I don't want them necessarily to just totally copy and paste Agent Callus's story arc from Rebels into this show, but I mean, Callus turned out to be one of the coolest characters because we hadn't really fully seen such an in-depth character arc of somebody who worked for the Empire and then changed their mind. But I can imagine something like this being the catalyst for Rampart to change his mind. But again, is that too reminiscent of Callus? Actually, good point. You're right. I forgot about that. You're so right. Crosshair redemption, but at the cost of his life. That seems to be the consensus about a lot of people think that's going to be the case. Okay, I am sorry. I am so behind on the chat here. Well, we did see an old clone in Obi-Wan. Actually, that's a good point, Trollish. But he clearly wasn't in a good state. So we do know that some of them were around later. True. Oh no, Charlie. Oh no. All right. Stanley's like, I feel like we're gonna every time the camera zooms in, I'm just gonna make that face at you guys to really rub it in. Every time if there's a clone rebellion, likely gonna end with high clone casualties. I know I'm not ready for that. Is that Rex behind you? It is. I put him there just for this video. This is from Sal, which I have yet to feature. I have a very, very literally so overdue unboxing video that I have to still edit. It was in that video. I just never introduced it to you guys because it was gifted from Sal in the PO box. Rex looks like he's in his prime. Like compared to Rebels right now, he looks almost unstoppable. Right? I felt the same way. I was like, Rex is OP. I hope we see more of him. Agent Callus was cool. He was. Oh, we caught up. Okay. Sorry, I skipped a few in there. Maybe we'll go back and look at all good points about the clones not being let go so easily. So many will just die or get killed for resisting. You're right. Which leads me at a crossroads here because that feeds into the point of why like extra motivation for Hunter and the rest of the batch to not engage in the war that is surely about to ensue. Maybe not full blown war, but rebellion, as we're all predicting. Like, if we can all guess that's probably what's going to happen, I'm sure he's not stupid. He knows, I'm sure. Like, this doesn't end well for clones. I mean, look what literally happened to our home planet. They don't give a flying frick about us. So, but like, I want them to. That's the direction I want them to go. I want them to snap out of it and like realize and stop resisting and being like, listen, this is we're all special for a reason. One of our best, literal best buds, family, Crosshair, has fallen victim to all of the propaganda and the manipulation of the Empire. Like, they are very affected by this, and they have the potential to make a difference. Like, I just want them to realize that. I'm serious. I really do think it could be Omega, because she's getting sneak peeks all over the place of, she's very clearly very influenced by what all the experiences she's having. She is crossing paths here with a former Jedi, with Gunji. We saw her trying to like emulate his like meditation. We saw her really like soaking in like the senator life, all of that kind of political stuff there on Coruscant. She literally was in the room with the man himself. Like, think about that. Like, she probably has no idea who Palpatine is, even. Maybe, I don't fully even know. And was literally in the room with the guy. I feel like it's gonna be her. Like, she seems to be taking in. She's young and impressionable, and I feel like all of these encounters and interactions are having more of an impact on her. Like, wow, seeing a former Jedi so young, his life was literally taken from him. He doesn't even have maybe even a family to go back to. Like, seeing senators, fighting for justice, in the Senate. Like, she's witnessing all of these things that I feel like will hopefully lead her to have to be the one to speak up and say, there's more that we can be doing. Versus, I mean, they planted that little bit of a seed, like, at the beginning of the episode when Rex makes contact with them, episode 8 intro, and they're like, thank gosh, we're so bored just waiting around for Sid. Like, I feel like that seems to be, the mentality of the whole group. Like, they're clearly just bored. I don't know. Hunter still seems resistant. We'll see. A flying frick. I know. Y'all know I don't like to curse. Oh my gosh, Preston. Preston, you need to freaking watch. I'm spoiling everything here. Rampart will just be kept active, but under the veil of someone that is arrested and imprisoned. Oh, you think so? Do you think that was all just a stunt? But would you even want to be like... If I was at work, if I was a superior at my job, and then all of a sudden the highest up manager, the CEO, framed me and totally like baited me into being arrested on the job in front of freaking everybody that I work with, all of my coworkers, and then brought me to a cell and was like, psych, that was all just for show. I wouldn't want to work there anymore. Maybe they'll that's leverage for them, though. If he really doesn't want to leave now, then they can just full-blown force him to work for them or whatnot and make it worse on him. I know, Charlie, I swear. I am so behind on P.O. Box videos. I need to get cracking on those. Rex is only 22? You're kidding me. I agree, Saban. I think they should do double episodes every week. Episode 7 reminded me of the good old days with the Clone Wars TV series, right? That was my immediate reaction as well. It was right on par with the maturity of some of the Clone Wars episodes. And it's not even necessarily like that it was more dark or mature even than other episodes that we've gotten this season, but it's just focusing on topics that we all want to know more about. Like, how do they phase out the clones? Like, the clones lacking representation politically. Like, how other senators, like, view the Empire and are trying to navigate around it. Like, it's not even like you have to tap into like, oh, that's dark stuff, that's boring for kids. No, it's it's high stakes stuff that the Empire is willing to kill its own senators. Like, that is high stakes. Sorry. The emoji rain is switch to the circle and see if they. No, they're still frozen up there. Interesting. The circular shape usually favors the emoji rain. Maybe I'll turn it off and turn it back on again. Where did it even go? Where's the emoji rain control? Is it just permanently on? They should have just called this Clone Wars Season 8 and followed the world the clones all live in now instead of micro-focusing on the Bad Batch. I agree. Like, even just seeing the clones like at their own little club in episode 7, and like just seeing the inner workings of some of them realizing like, yeah, like we freaking went and destroyed Tapaka City, like not being able to get over that. Like, I want to see more. Or even just clones coming back from missions where they have to like slaughter separatist governors or, you know, resist, like, what do they call them? Insurgents groups right now. Like, that would be so much fun. We can talk more about that on Evil Ewok. I shouldn't give everything away because Zach, Alex, and I are gonna go and oh, there's some of the emoji rain. Let's go. We're gonna be, I'm sure, talking more in T-minus 50 minutes here. Yes, these episodes are prime examples of that. I know that was actually Tom's first comment as well. Episode 7 didn't even feature a Bad Batch. Like, there are so many other amazing, clearly, other heroes right now during this time, like senators putting their lives on the line to discover the truth and whatnot, to uncover the Empire's secrets. Other clones like being killed and executed, clones trying to get out. That would be a really interesting episode all on its own, of like Rex actually succeeding in rendezvousing with another clone and extricating them, like that and seeing what, like, how does he wipe them out, like, off the grid. Like, what is the process like after that? Or seeing, like, for example, if y'all are right, that one theory that Cody didn't leave, he didn't get out, he maybe instead spoke up and was reprimanded, and the consequences were they wiped maybe his memory or whatever, erased his identification, totally reprogrammed him and manipulated him to be just pro-Empire, a believer. Like, could you imagine? Now, that's some dark stuff, but like, they could totally explore that. If that's the case, if that's what they do to punish some of these clones that they either capture or try to run and they're unsuccessful. Sweet Lord. I'm gonna see if Tom wants to join us here. I'm sure he's watching. I mean, he's within earshot now. I know he's home now. Show yourself in the chat, Tom, if you're here. Hey! Because I baited everybody and catfished them by saying that we were doing a dork discourse to get your opinion. So if you want to come join real quick, you can. But if they did that to Cody, yeah, that's what, who was it earlier? Andrew, somebody mentioned that maybe Cody didn't actually get out and Rampart lied and said, oh, he's AWOL, he's missing. because again, the clones had, like, not the clones, the Bad Batch and Rex were like shocked. They had no idea when they opened the helmet of the assassin, and they were like, "Oh my god, how is this even possible? Like, this isn't even a. He's not a clone." That's what Rex said, and my initial thought was, "Is this another changeling, like Zam Vessel in Attack of the Clones?" And like, I don't know, did they give themselves the face of a clone just to throw off, whoever found them, or to have anonymity? Like, either way, the group was stunned and had no idea. Like, they were like, huh? Like, if that was more. If any of them had any inkling, like, even Rex, I feel like if anybody would know, he would know, like, yeah, some clones, if they don't get out, they're reprogramming them. Like, I think if anyone were to have an inkling of that or catch wind of that, he would hear about it, because he clearly has contacts on the inside. So, plus I'm sure there's people he's tried to rendezvous with to try to pick up and get them out that haven't shown up. Like, if they have been caught before, like, I'm sure he has ideas as to what maybe happens to them. Cooking stream when soon. This weekend, guys, I feel like I want to do, like, I need to film like 50 different cooking with cat videos. I want to do a fun one in, like, honor of, like, Valentine's Day, like baking. You'll see, but maybe this weekend. Also, don't ask me why this came to mind. I was Googling today, like, Star Wars games for Mac, and I saw that KOTOR is at least available in the Mac store now. And I don't know if my computer is catfishing me, because I don't know why I failed to even check if that was compatible, like, on my computer. Because I know that you can game more easily on PC than you can on Mac, where you need to have, like, other software or something, like third-party gaming platforms, in order to play some of those, like, other games. So if anybody actually plays KOTOR on Mac, because I've heard you can have it on other Apple products, like, right? Like, you can play on iPhone and iPad. I just didn't realize it was compatible now with Mac. Or if it hasn't been all this time and I've just been oblivious. But if anyone has done that, let me know. And if that's the case, I totally want to do. This is kind of the calm before the. Well, no, I was going to say this is the calm before the gaming storm, because we were supposed to have Survivor next month. That's not happening till April now. So maybe we can do some KOTOR in the meantime to fill that void. Because it's been a hot minute since we've done some gaming streams. Catherine, what do you think if Natalie Portman was in Obi-Wan Kenobi? I would have emotionally collapsed. I would not be sitting here currently, because I would have ceased to exist. I would have died. Would have been awesome if the clone was Proxy. Yes, Proxy, that's right. Because he totally, like, puts on different personas. I think that Crosshair is going to become an assassin. Sorry, I got a notification. I think that Crosshair is going to become an assassin robot. Or maybe almost, but they save him at the last minute. Oh, God. I'm starting to buy into everyone's, like, I think something will happen with him last minute. I don't see a future in which he can ever rejoin the rest of the batch now, knowing everything he's done, and with them knowing everything he's done. I don't think they could ever get back on, like, there's permanent bad blood. I don't think he would even want to rendezvous. I think he does probably miss them and miss the camaraderie. Like, he's clearly very deeply alone and isolated, and pretty much lives a life of solitude serving the Empire, as we've seen. He has no other buddies over there. So I think he misses them, but I don't think even he would want to rejoin them again in good conscience. I don't think he can at this point. So I don't think there is a future in which things end well for him. I have played KOTOR on Mac. I have it. Oh my god, yes! Okay, sweet. I love KOTOR. Oh my gosh. I remember when you discovered KOTOR last year, that was the platform you found it on. That's right. It's a lot of gameplay because it's totally open world, right? Is it open world? Oh gosh. True. Which age gap should Padme choose? Significantly older or significantly younger? How much older could he be? Because he's only like, at least Ewan McGregor was like, what, 20s? Early, fresh 20 something year old in Phantom Menace. And Natalie Portman, at least Padme, is what, 14 in that movie? So actually, I guess she technically is closer in age to Anakin. Is it canon? Do we know exactly how old Obi-Wan was supposed to be? Yes, Anakin and Padme are 5 years apart. So yeah, if she's like 14, even if Obi-Wan's like over the age of 20, that's 6. So actually, she's closer to Anakin. They're still good in Crosshair. I can feel it. I know. Alice is here. Let's go. The queen has arrived. I know, this is my motivation. Parts of it, yes, Kat, but let's be honest, you would play as Darth Malgus. Y'all know it for real. I might do it. I might download it. I might play KOTOR. I'd have to figure out how to stream that. Or maybe I would just like make funny edits of my gameplay, or like a combination of both, because like, who was it? Micah said it's a ton of gameplay, so that could actually be fun to do streams, but also then make funny edits for those who don't want to just sit and watch like hours of content necessarily. I can't imagine, like, if it's so much gameplay, how much progress can you make in like one sitting, you know? I mean, I guess something substantial, but maybe I'll take a poll and see, because I miss doing the gaming videos. They're fun. I haven't done them in a while, but I also love making like funny edits, you know, of like, usually when I edit my gameplay, it's to capture all the fails. I've also literally never played a singular game on Mac besides The Sims, which I imagine is extremely different in many regards, because there's no combat. There's no lightsabers or weapons in The Sims. Very different objectives. So my gameplay actually probably would be shiz, because I've never gamed on my Mac. It's probably a whole different enchilada. So yes, KOTOR is kind of open world, as in there are lots of choices you can make for the PC, and that decides which path they take. Oh yes, that's right. Ooh, Micah is revving 100%. Alice, yes! How amazing were the 2 episodes? My fave 2 episodes out of all seasons, and it was Clone Wars level. Yes, it literally was. I was so excited to see Senator Chuchi. I know! Right, we see her in the Clone Wars, correct? Like, when she's, like, significantly younger as, like, an aspiring senator? Or is she, like, a brand new senator in the Clone? I can't remember. It's been so long. But I really hope nothing bad happens to her. I'm scared. Did you see the Jedi Survivor gameplay that IGN posted the other day? Okay, I actually haven't watched the whole thing in its entirety. I literally caught only like 30 seconds of it. I had no idea they dropped this. Did anybody else feel like it was very, like, not lackluster? Like, I've been freaking asking to see some gameplay for this just to fill the void, especially because they pushed it back. After they delayed the release, I was like, okay, please at least show some gameplay. Not like the mechanics, I'm not expecting them to be drastically different from part 1, but I just want something. I want to see a little bit of the graphics and new planets and scenery or whatnot. So I literally had no idea. I didn't even like see anybody talking about it on Twitter. It wasn't even on my YouTube feed. So I had no clue. I watched like 30 seconds of it with Zach before we went live on Tuesday evening, but I still have yet to watch the full thing because I'm debating, should I react to it? I don't know if I necessarily need to, again, because it's probably not drastically different from the first, game, but do it, Kat. You've been waiting to play it for a while. I know. Yeah, it was pretty sudden. I didn't know until the day after, right? Like, I feel like there was no buzz about this. Yes, she is a brand new senator in the Clone Wars. Okay, and it's so cool to see how tough she's become and how much she's learned since Clone Wars, right? Okay, all right. My memory's not totally failing me. Yes, we do see Chuchi in the Clone Wars. Not sure what role she was during the Clone Wars, though. She was young. It was the Ice Planet. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Stanley's, for saying that, because I was trying to rack my brain last night. I should have just Googled and like looked up where do I know her from, but in my memory, I was like, why do I remember her and Snow in the Clone Wars? So that explains it. That explains it. Ooh, let's go, Micah. That is sweet. OMG, I wish I had a way that I could like click on somebody's profile picture and like blow it up for everyone to like see. Oh my gosh, that's so freaking cool. Yes. Okay, it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me. Oh, here we go. Preston did the math. In the Phantom Menace, Padme's like 14. And Obi-Wan is 25. Oh, sweet lord, never mind. Okay, yeah. That makes her dating Anakin down the line way less not it's really not that big of an age gap. I think everybody just blows it out of proportion because they meet when they're kids, but it's not that big of a deal when you're older. So yeah, that puts it into perspective. Yes, you're right, Alice. Now I want to go back and rewatch her arc. I just want to rewatch the Clone Wars in its entirety, but that is a commitment. Fader, what's up? Aw, Dave! Woo! Thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. Oh my gosh, that means the world to me. I'm so sorry. I literally just updated the member thank you screen today. So I apologize. Your name won't be on there, but I swear I'll have it on for the next one. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. It's always nervous to say that you ship Anakin and Padme when freaking 900 people will bounce on you and be like, but the age gap. The age gap. How did we get here? I know, right? Ooh, Alice making it rain with those money bags. You're gonna have another milestone before too long. Hopefully. The goal is to hit 50K at the end of this year, which I hope we'll see. And actually my true goal for this year is I want to just I am going to get back into the reaction videos because they're really fun to make and they perform really well. And I that's just a fact. That's not me saying like, oh my God, that's my motivation. That's my goal. Like I just want videos to do well. It's just a fact from the analytics. Reactions do quite well and bring in, a new audience or whatnot. So yes, I will be doing more of those now that Tom has successfully cracked the case for us and figured out how we can bring back the reactions, which is a shame that we couldn't do this sooner, like to finish out Andor, because that would have been sweet. But I have found that reactions are just like way more fun. I enjoyed making the reviews, but I think sometimes a reaction can express more than anything I can say in a review. So we'll be diving back into those with Mando and Ahsoka and Acolyte if we're going to be getting it. Maybe I'll react to Visions Season 2 as well, honestly. But that aside, like, yes, I want to do more of those, which are popular videos, but I think my real goal for this year is to just, like, stop worrying about, oh God, how is this video going to perform? And just, like, make videos on top of that I want to make. Because I have a lot of video ideas. Obviously, like cooking with cats, the main reason I haven't done one with you guys in a long time is because a lot of the recipes I want to do require obscure ingredients that I don't just like have laying around, so I have to like go and buy things and then it's like, oh, do I really want to go buy this whole thing of what did I buy to make the blue milk, like arrowroot powder? I bought a package this big to use 2 tablespoons worth. So, it's like that's the kind of crux of it. But I do want to make more of those videos. But I also just have other ideas that don't even involve Star Wars necessarily, or even anything that we've ever talked about on this channel. Like other things other movies and things that I enjoy that I want to talk about. Like Tom and I watched this show, Raised by Wolves, that I loved. And I think he would say that he likes it too. I think he's just salty that I got him to be addicted to a show and then it got canceled, so it ended on a major cliffhanger. But I think aside from that, he would tell you that he liked it. And I want to make a video talking about that. There's the series Netflix on Dark. There's a series Dark on Netflix. Sweet Lord, my brain is not computing today. That I would love to talk about. One of the greatest shows I've ever watched. I think that's my goal, my real goal for this year is I need to I don't want to I think I already have maybe put myself in a box of, oh my God, I have to make Star Wars content and only Star Wars content. And I can't branch out or otherwise people are going to be confused and unsubscribe because they're going to be like, I subbed to you for Star Wars. Yes, I'm never going to deviate from Star Wars, but I think I just want to start including some other things and other video ideas that I've had for a long time and have just been too scared to execute because I'm worried about what people might think. So that is the true goal for the channel this year. Also, I want to do more makeover videos. I swear, y'all, I've had this idea ever since House of the Dragon. I want to just do a Targaryen transformation and get this blonde wig and purple contact lenses to oh my God, literally look like an entire different human being. So I have ideas. I want to explore and do different things. So that's what I'm trying to say is whether we hit 50K or not is not the end of the world to me. What's more important to me is just what we're doing here, hanging out with you guys, having a good time, sharing our passions, and yeah, making fun videos that I'm proud of. And rant and tangent. Ooh, I really want more Count Dooku content, honestly, say, but I'm so salty that I didn't have my reaction system working when Tales of the Jedi came out. As much as I loved being able to just watch those with Tom, we binged them all and it was amazing, I was like, oh my God, I wish I had reacted to this because Dooku's journey and that is crazy. And I that was some of the best Star Wars that I've ever seen as well. Sorry, I lost my breath, but I agree. I wish I had I never even actually did a review of Tales of the Jedi, which is my fault, but I low-key was is it socially acceptable for me to come out here and say that I'm Team Dooku after what we just saw? I was scared to show praise for him and get absolutely annihilated by people being like, are you kidding? He killed Yaddle. I didn't want to come out and say that Tales of the Jedi made me root for young Dooku, but maybe that's why I resisted. Make what makes you happy. I subbed from the Kenobi reactions and stayed for the rest. Aw, Kyle! Thank you! I appreciate that. 60 to 70% Star Wars, and the rest just have fun. Yeah, you know what, Stanley? You're right. You're right. But Kat already knows Star Wars is life. It is. It is. I should have posted that. I should post that as a short on the tube. Oh my God, I missed this. Dave, thanks so much. How awesome that Ian McDiarmid voicing Palpatine again. I know, and this is what I was saying with Tom. He didn't even just have a few lines. He had a whole dang monologue, which was awesome. So, which I was not even suspecting. When we got that Palpatine, we knew this was coming, right? They dropped him in the trailer. Did they not? I think they did. For a split second, we see him. I'll be completely honest. When I saw that in the trailer, I was like, okay, they're going to have Palpatine, but it's going to be for 2 seconds max. Never did I expect that it was going to be as built up as it was. And the fear, the straight up shock and fear that gripped the rest of the senators when they realized, holy shnikes, he's coming out. like, that was incredible. I had no idea that was, like, I we got certainly more than I had could have even hoped for. Let's put it that way. Oh my goodness, Vader, you've been around since the dawn of time here. Since you first started this channel, been subbed since you played Evil Padme. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that some of the craziness in between didn't scare you off. Okay, I'm not the only one who thinks this way. Phew, I've developed sympathy for Dooku after what happened in Tales of the Jedi. I know, right? Because it's like his philosophies and his desires and ambitions are not exactly wrong. It's just his execution of things pushes over the edge. And honestly, you know, the arc that we see of him in Tales of the Jedi makes everything that happens, you know, in first 30 minutes of Revenge of the Sith even more like I have a whole new outlook on that. And, you know, the kind of sympathy and guilt that I feel for him, seeing how, you know, he literally goes through all of this and is essentially groomed by Palpatine and doesn't start as someone with necessarily bad intentions, and then, you know, Palpatine morphs him into a villain. I would say he's definitely a full-fledged villain in, like, Clone Wars. I feel like, like, Clone Wars definitely gave us, you know, the dark Palpatine, not Palpatine, dark Dooku content. But just seeing his younger portrayal and then juxtaposing that with how he goes out is definitely sad. Axel, no impertinence. You're all good. What do you think of the adaptation of The Witcher on Netflix, considering that an adaptation is not better than the original? Can I be completely honest with you guys? I'll be so honest. So I did that reaction to The Witcher Season 2 trailer, which I was excited about. That was not like me being a phony or anything, because Witcher was like popping at the time, you know? It was coming back on and like, oh, let me capitalize and make a reaction and not end up actually watching the season, but that's exactly what happened. I made a reaction and I was genuinely excited to watch Season 2, and then I never got around to it. And then because here's why. Okay, now I know why. I'm not just like some heartless just using The Witcher for views. I was super excited. I wanted to try to get Tom. I'm not throwing him under the bus. I wanted to try to get him into it because I needed to rewatch season 1. So it's not Tom's fault, but I just wanted him maybe to join in because I thought he would like the show too. I needed to do a rewatch because I'll be completely honest, I liked the first season of The Witcher, but a lot of things I just didn't get. A lot of like the lore and kind of like, you know, some of the more fantastical things about that universe that I just didn't know because I never read. It was a book and then a video game, right? I never partook in either of those. So, I enjoyed season 1, but I totally would have needed to rewatch it again before going into season 2 because there were certainly things that I was like, about. And so that's why I never even just rewatched season 1 to then go into season 2. And then a lot of time passed and I didn't want to watch season 2 without rewatching season 1, but then before we knew it, the year was 2022 and Henry Cavill had been released from the show. So after that, I was like relieved that I never watched season 2 because I was like, oh, that stinks. That's such sad news because he was amazing. He was awesome in the show. And I can't say I've ever even watched anything where the main character was recast. Throw some other examples if y'all know of them, but I don't, other than like House of the Dragon, but recast for the purpose of a time jump, you know, like not going from Henry Cavill to who is it, Liam Hemsworth? And that's not me dissing Liam Hemsworth, but he's like significantly younger than Henry Cavill, isn't he? Maybe they're both like in their 30s, but I do not look at them and think, oh, it's just a time jump, like they're just two completely different people. Like House of the Dragon, for example, the casting director was so on fire that everybody, like, the younger versions of Alicent and Rhaenyra totally emulate the older like renditions. Like they feel like the same person and they look very similar as well. Like it's believable. So after that news, I was just like, maybe this is my sign. Maybe it was a good thing, that I was just too freaking lazy to watch it. So sorry, that just spawned a whole tangent, but I've honestly been feeling guilt because I was like going through my videos and I saw my Witcher season 2 reaction and I was like, I'm such a fake. I'm such a poser. I never even watched that show. Oh god. Sorry. End rant. So like, is nobody going to confirm if Cody is dead or alive? I hope we find out. I hope they don't leave that up as a mystery. Knew it wasn't Crosshair because he would hit his mark. Right? That leaves me to believe, like, is there something bigger in store for him other than him just going full-blown sending it to become a brainwashed Imperial servant? Because if they were going for accuracy, like, he would have been the man. And everybody knows that. It's like, okay, if we're going to hire a sniper assassin, yeah, let's get the genetically modified clone whose sole purpose is his precision. The fact that they didn't do that leads me to believe, is there something else? Sorry. All right. I might wrap up soon, folks, but fear not, I will literally be going live over on Evil Ewok in 20 minutes here. So I'll see some of you again very, very shortly. Duke is a complex villain in episode 2 in the Clone Wars. He was just, I'm evil and want to conquer the galaxy and kill the Jedi. Right? Yeah, I know there's some debate about his portrayal in the Clone Wars because he's kind of very, we see in episode 2 and obviously then more explored in Tales of the Jedi, like he has motivations. He's not just bad purely for the sake of being evil. So no, I specifically disclaimed that it wasn't your fault. I just wanted you to get into the show with me while I attempted to rewatch it, but I failed either way. So. Oh, I totally forgot. Because there's that, like, animated Witcher series or film, right? On Netflix, and then that prequel just came out. I know Tom's been lurking. Everybody's like, Tom's here. He's like, fine, I have to show myself. Good point, Vader. Good point. Good point, Stanley's. You're right. Good point. Forgot about that. Obsession. Good to see you. I know, right? I feel bad. There's always somebody. There's always one friend who joins in right as we're getting ready to sign off. But like I said, y'all, I'm literally just gonna hop off, chill for 10 minutes, and then we're getting right back at it with Evil Ewok. So fear not. So let's see what's the schedule for this weekend. Everyone's been enjoying the streams, obviously. I've been having fun. I want to do 3 more again before this week is out. So Friday, maybe we'll do a Dork Discourse then, because we're getting that special episode of The Last of Us. I mean, not special, but they're releasing it on Friday early to dodge the Super Bowl on Sunday. So that could actually be a fun opportunity to do a Dork Discourse and literally come fresh off of watching that into a stream. So maybe we'll do that, or maybe I'll stream like earlier in the day. Friday, maybe. Or we can turn that into a Night Owl stream. Who knows? We'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'll definitely be streaming before the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think we'll keep it up because we've been having fun. So yes, so I'll see you guys. I'll catch you at some point on Friday, whether it is pre or post Last of Us. I'm leaning more towards probably Night Owl. we'll see what happens. But I'll spread it out on Saturday and Sunday so that we're not just doing late streams. It'll be at different times so other friends can join. So I think our Saturday night stream actually. What time did I go live Saturday? I can't even remember, but it was surprisingly popular. I thought there was only going to be like 2 of us there, but looks like a lot of us were just chilling on a Saturday night. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll recreate that. But I'm going to go. I'll catch you guys very, very soon. But thank you guys so much for hanging out and for geeking out with me. I appreciate it. Loved hearing your guys' some great theories. Honestly, I'm like scared. But we will, I'll see you guys again very, very literally in a jiffy if you come on over to Evil Ewok. But until then, I'll see you guys again. May the force be with you all. All right. I always hate when I awkwardly end these things. I'm like, where am I clicking? Okay. All right. I found it. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.